Hello.
Hello. How are you?
Doing okay. How are you?
I am good. I'm very good. It is a lovely chilly day in May in New Zealand.
It's chilly here too. We're like not prepared for the cold after, hot, sunny Queensland. So,
Yeah,
yeah, I'm all bundled up. It's like 21 degrees. And I've got a hoodie, and we should say that's in Celsius. And I've got like a poncho, a woolly poncho, and like long pants on. This is I'm
Yeah,
officially a Queenslander now
you
when
definitely,
21 is cold.
definitely. I love that. It's like LA or Southern California, and when it's September and you're outside rugged up with your Uggs
Yeah.
on. It's just so cold, you guys.
Yes. Although it
Oh,
did get down to like 9 overnight, so it is getting chilly.
yeah, we've had that down here, like 8 and 9. Does it get
Mhm.
cold, cold? Like, will you get like a cold, like,
Sometimes it gets lower, uh, but not too much. It usually still gets back up into the 20s during the day, which is awesome.
oh man, you get your
I know.
sunbeams.
Yes, me and my sunbeams. I'm in the best place for it. So, yeah.
Well, this is our patron question episode where we take questions from our patrons and we answer them for you guys here on our podcast. And we've only had one come through this week, which is awesome.
Thank you. Thank you for your questions.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. And this
Questions, singular
is the
this
question,
time.
the question.
And also feel free to all of our patrons listening to throw any questions you have up in the Discord just anytime you think of them too, and we will grab those up and answer them on the podcast each month.
Yeah, we are always happy to. But this one is about how do we use our drafts?
Mm.
Which is like, oh,
I feel like it's so personal too. Like each person does like uses drafts in a different way. So how do you
yes.
use your drafts?
Mine are used probably two different ways. One is I find sounds that I like. And this was a tip I got from you when we first met, because if I find something I like, I'll save them. But if I go back to it a few weeks later and I'm looking for a sound, I might forget it or it gets buried. So if I really know I want to use that sound, I'll grab it, just record for a minute, and it's a ceiling shot or something else. And
Mhm.
I know if I see the ceiling showing up, that's something that I want to use. So I check what that sound is and see, like, if I usually put notes in it too for myself, like,
Yeah.
would do this or use it for this book, or I give myself my own little prompt. And then I use drafts for drafts because I try to keep at least right now my phone. I need a new phone. It is like sad for memory. So I'm only keeping 2 drafts on the go. I usually have 20, 25 sitting there, but right now I have 2 prepared that if something happened that I got sick tomorrow, I'd at least be able to grab the phone and post if I wanted
Mhm.
to keep things going. So, but that's how I use it. I use it to kind of keep sounds and things, ideas top of mind, and then I have a couple of posts ready to go for backup. How do you use yours?
I like have to go through every once in a while and purge all of like the
Mm.
outdated trends that I like never got on.
Oh,
Like there's
true.
ones like the sounds came and went and I was too late. But then I'm like, nah, I can't use this now. It's not really relevant anymore. And so I have to go through and delete them. But then there's some that are kind of evergreen and
Mm.
keep showing up, that are just part of like the culture of TikTok that get used a lot. And so I'll have those always saved, but I'm the same. I'll listen to, if I hear like a funny sound that's trending, I'll usually make a note that it's trending, and then others, and try and do those sooner. And
Right.
other times I'll just hear a sound that I'm like, this would be a great song for a cover reveal, or it might be a good song for like an announcement or something. And um or like a trope list, or so I'll write down what it is. It'll be like upbeat cover reveal sound,
Yeah.
and that's what I'll title it so that I can go back and grab it later, or like 5 beat drops, you
Yeah.
know
Yeah. Yeah.
so
Yeah.
it's like, like fantasy romance, so whatever it may be. And so I'll just label them those things so that I can go back and grab them when I want them later. Like this is a good sound for a, dramatic aesthetic video.
Yeah.
Um, and so I'll save those as that. And then the ones that are like trending, I want to hop on quickly. I'll usually put what the words are so I remember what the
Mhm.
sound is, or just like a brief version of it. And and then some sort of indication that it's trending. And then if I'm feeling up to it, I will record it just then.
Yeah.
um a lot of times I will record lip syncs to things without knowing what I'm gonna make it about until like the day. So I'll record the sound being like, like, do you feel bonita or whatever?
Yeah.
um and I won't know how I'm going to use it. Like, I don't know the copy I'm going to put on top of it until the day that I use it. And then I'll come up with an idea for it and put it out. So, a lot of times it's like not really done, it's recorded, but I need
Yeah.
to add some sort of relevant title or something to it.
Yeah.
And then add the hashtags and all of
Yeah.
that sort of stuff later. So I'm the same. I usually have some drafts that are pretty much ready to go, and then other times I'll just have it all be saved sounds that I think would be cool to use. And then sometimes like lately I've completely depleted my recordings that I can just post because I've been sick. So I've just used all of my recorded ones. Um, so I need to record some more. And I usually will record like 4 or 5 in a row so that I have like a nice little batch of
Yeah.
different ones, Um, and then I'll have like a week's worth ready to go. And if I don't have any, a lot of times I'll just do one, like a recording of me talking about something, because that's something I can do pretty quickly too, and it could be about anything. So I'll just go off on a little rant about something that's happening in my life. When in doubt.
Put this one up here. But yeah, and
Yeah.
CapCut is really great to add into the mix now too, because I think for those days that, gosh, we had somebody in our Discord group. We were talking, you and I were talking about CapCut, and then somebody in our Discord group brought up CapCut, and I ended up finally doing a CapCut, and it was on 2 weekends ago when I wasn't feeling that great. And it's just the silliest, easiest thing to do.
Yeah.
And it took me literally 3 minutes to put a post up. I'm not on there. I had everything. I had an image of my book cover I was able to use. I was like, I'll just make it this thing.
Mhm.
It was
I
just the
think I
easiest thing.
might start saving like a folder in my phone of photos that are like good for CapCut specifically,
Mm,
because it's like the cover file image, it doesn't always fit
yeah.
well, and you kind of need a photo of the book cover in like a flat lay or a stack or something where you can kind of see it more towards like the top half of the video than,
Yes.
otherwise it'll get obscured by like whoever the CapCut image is.
Yeah.
Um, and sometimes you just need like a screenshot of like your computer or like some sort of basic text to to
Just
have,
something to have. Yeah.
yeah. So I'm slowly like starting to curate that so that I have them ready to go. Because otherwise, um, it's hard to like save CapCuts. Like I'll like them in the CapCut app, but you can't save them as a draft the same way, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. It's a whole
So
other.
yeah, and then you forget about them, so you kind of have to record something then. But what I quite often do is I will just make the text an emoji that I then cover up later in TikTok once I figure out what I want to say. So
Smart.
that's a fun little hack for people, is like I'll just have like a laughing face or like a heart emoji or something as the text. So because if you don't put any text, it'll say
It does
insert
it.
text.
And it does it,
Yeah.
blows it up
Yeah,
on screen,
and
right?
it looks real bad. So I'll just put like a heart and then with like whatever photo behind it. And then I'll do that and leave that in my TikTok draft so that I can then go grab it. And sometimes I'll even I'll do it first on TikTok with like I'll add a title in TikTok and then see how that goes. And if it's a little bit complicated or not really hitting it right,
Yeah.
when I do it for Instagram, I'll use a different heading. So I'm kind of like A/B testing the two different CapCuts with like slightly different titles to see which one is kind of hitting people better.
I
Yeah.
love that. That's so smart. But yeah, that's how we use our drafts, you guys. I mean, that's pretty 1 + 2 is 3.
Yeah, yeah. There's lots of different ways you can use them, but I'd
So
be
many.
interested to know what other people do. And how
Yeah.
many drafts do you have? Let us know in the comments.
Yes. Yeah,
Yeah.
I definitely would love to know how many drafts people have. Because yes, it's almost like emails. How many emails do
Yeah,
you
yeah. I
have?
think at one point I had over 200.
Oh,
Yeah.
I
Oh,
if I had more space, I would have that. I would have
yeah.
that. The only reason I don't right now is because I need a new phone. Eventually, we will get there.
Well,
All right.
thank you all for your questions.
Thanks for
And
questions
yeah,
and
we'll be
listening.
answering some more next month.